Alright, today the little flippy book flipped open to a page with the word false awakening circled really big in it. So today we'll talk about false awakenings. Okay, the false awakening. Some people don't like these, but I find them very interesting, and the way the energies use them with me, I find quite interesting. I've never had a negative experience of a false awakening, but some of them are pretty trippy. Okay, so for those of you who aren't yet projecting and do not yet know, the false awakening is a phenomena that occurs during an out-of-body experience or an experience in a non-physical environment where you wake up just like you do each morning. You get up to start your day. You may make it through a few moments. You may move through a few hours. You may even move through days or weeks or years, or what seemed to you in that non-physical environment to be years, before you realize you're still dreaming. That you haven't actually woken up into your primary reality. You're still dreaming, you're still out of body. You know you are in a non-physical environment. And so during a week where I'm projecting a lot or waking up in my dreams a lot, I will have a handful of false awakenings in that week. And so during that time, they happen quite regularly. I may have 2 or 3 projections or an out-of-body experience that go into a false awakening. I'm not one of those people who experiences a single event on any given night or morning that I am going out of body or projecting or coming lucid in a dream environment. I will move through many environments, experiencing the transitions in between all the while. So again, I might wake up in a dream, project into the astral. From there, lucidity fades, and I'll transition and find myself in a false awakening. So for an example, usually with me they're quite brief. I might find myself sort of waking up into my room and hearing the 10-minute timer sound on my alarm and then fall back to sleep. But then later, that same morning, I will really wake up in my primary reality and hear the 10-minute timer sound on my clock. And so I will know that the time that happened just prior was a false awakening. Or sometimes I may wake up in the false awakening realizing it's a false awakening. It can happen any number of ways. I may wake up in the room I currently have here, or I may wake up in another reality altogether, a parallel reality where a parallel me is existing, and take that to be my primary reality. Or I may wake up in one of my old houses. It may look just like it did, or it may not. It totally depends. One morning, when I was projecting, and in the middle of the projections moved into a false awakening, I woke up in the basement of my dad's old house, and just really groggily woke up. This is one of the first times I ever woke up. I always wake up happy and easy and wide awake when I'm awake. I very rarely wake up hard, like groggily, like I can't quite wake up. But every now and again I do, and this false awakening represented one of those times. So I'm just sort of groggily coming to, and I can see the light streaming through the window off to my side, and I move myself closer to the light, move my mindfold mask up so that I can read the clock to see what time it is. And I have this weird sort of vision. It's not letting me read the clock. And so anyway, I give up trying to read it and realize that there's two guys here in the room with me. And one of them tells me that it's 11 o'clock, which shocks me because I need to be up and at work by 9 o'clock. And so I start trying to get a move on when the other guy is laughing and, gives it up that the other guy was just having a spot of fun with me, and tells me it is about 8:15 or something like this. Now, in the middle of this false awakening, I get a dream sign. I start to see water come into the environment, and I have learned to realize that that as a dream sign, that I am transitioning from one non-physical environment into the other. And at that point, I start to realize I'm in a false awakening and move into another projection. Now, my favorite experience by far when it comes to the false awakening is something that the energies working with me have only graced me with a handful of times, but it's absolutely extraordinary, and it's what feeds me the most information about what I need to know, about what they want me to know in regard to this particular phenomena. And what happens, and if you've ever experienced this as well, I want to hear from you. I don't know if I've ever brought this up before, but what happens is the energies will bring me awake very beautifully, the way I wake most mornings, into my room, into my primary reality, just enough to feel myself there wonderfully, perfectly comfortable, totally at peace, blissful. And then they'll take me back under, and then they'll resurface me in another reality. When I surface there, it's not exactly like the false awakenings where I mistake myself. I'm actually fully conscious of the fact that I just woke into my primary reality, was taken under and resurfaced in yet another. And then they'll take me under again and resurface me in another. And this will continue for some time until I surface in, as many as a dozen realities, all of which I'm conscious of. And because I am experiencing these in relation to my own primary reality, it's sort of it's having the effect of dissolving the boundary between this reality and the other realities I also occupy. It makes it seem that in any moment I could do this, that it puts such an evenness, an equivalentness into this reality and all of the other realities, that it seems I could very easily wake up into any of them, and it wouldn't matter. It doesn't matter if I wake up into this reality or that reality and spend time. But just the really cool thing is the deep, embedded, inner feeling experience of being able to, at will, anytime.